Well, hi everybody. I'm Harry Donahue. Welcome to Inside Golf, and pretty soon we'll be outdoors hitting shots, weather permitting, right? But where do you think I am right now getting ready for this golf season? Well, here's a little clue for you. Yes, we are indoors at Lou's Laboratory. That would be Lou Guzzi here at Talamore. You know, he's a big deal now. He's on the Golf Channel. He's involved with Adams and Southwest Airlines. I know it's cold weather. You've been in California. Good to see you, first of all.
Yeah.
Last time was in Orlando.
That's right, 2015 in January.
And since then, you've been traveling out west. You've been in Arizona. You've been in Southern California with the Adams people, giving some tips, making some videos. You never stop.
Yeah, we've been having a good time. And flying out again pretty soon, and I'm doing more flying right now than teaching, and that's not a good thing. So I'm ready for the season. I know we're all tired of this weather.
Well, a part of today's show, Lou is going to share some tips on how you, if you are in a flying mode, maybe you do a lot of traveling with business or whatever, a lot of times you're stuck in a hotel room, and Lou, you've developed your own little tips on video about how to improve your game in your own hotel room.
That's right, yeah, and you know, we can take advantage of that. Hotel room when we're traveling, also when we're stuck at home, so you can be indoors working on your game. There's never a dull moment because you should be working on your game 12 months out of the year, and we have an answer for that.
You know, my wife loves it when she comes in from someplace and I'm standing there in the TV room.
That's right.
You know, just don't break the coffee table, right?
Yeah.
But
Watch
you got a
the
tip
ceilings,
on that?
Watch the furniture, I sure do.
All right, stay with us. Inside Golf, inside Lou Guzzi's laboratory at Talamore. It's coming up next on Inside Golf. Inside Golf, presented by PGN Plus. Play your golf bucket list. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life, and Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf.
At this moment, across the country, families are packing their bags for a getaway. And no matter where they end up, they'll all be home by dinner. Plan your own at playgolfamerica.com. From finding fun and affordable programs to finding advice from PGA and LPGA professionals, playgolfamerica.com has a way for you to get away. Visit today for details. playgolfamerica.com, your link to the game.
Golf is your passion. Each round is a unique experience with memories that last a lifetime. Make your next round one to remember with PGNplus.com, the Professional Golfers Network. Sign up for free for exclusive access to the best private courses in your area. Already a country club member? Go to PGNplus.com to learn how to take your membership further. Play your golf bucket list only on PGNplus.com. Book your tee time today.
But this is the motion, and it's a little more circular.
Welcome back to Inside Golf. We're with Lou Guzzi. We're at Lou's Indoor Laboratory here at Talamore, one of my favorite spots this time of the year as we get ready and get you ready for another season of golf. Lou, Yips. Ooh. It's not only, here we're talking about all the real good things, shanks and yips. Yips.
Hold on, I got to lean on my bag, Harry. I'm getting worn down here. Oh, man. All right, I'm ready.
I hear you. I've been there. Yips often associated with the putting stroke. And now, one of the top golfers in the world, Tiger Woods, was on display having troubles with yips when it comes to the short game. Those little pitches from off the green. I don't know if it was a tight lie or the fact that he's a little rusty, but everybody can sympathize with that.
Yeah, it was a tough one to watch, and we certainly hope he gets out of this pretty quickly. But, you know, I certainly would not tell Tiger Woods how to chip. I definitely would talk for sure about what I teach my students. You know,
and you had a chance to do that recently. Golf Channel had you down there because you're a former Teacher of the Year with the PGA of America. You appeared on Lesson T Live, and who but Hank Haney sent in a little message, a question, right? What did he want to know?
He did. He just wanted to know, hey, what would Lou Guzzi do for the chipping yips? And, you know, we talked about it on the show, and we're going to talk about it right here. Basically, what I tell my student base, and, you know, I have no idea what Tiger Woods is working on or what he's thinking about. I know that he obviously is going to do everything he can to get out of it. But for our students, we talk about a little body turn back and through, a little motion, kind of giving the arms, hands, and the club a free ride. And, Harry, I'd like to hit a chip for you.
Why not?
How about that?
Go
and for
ahead.
the viewers?
Show us.
So basically, you know, one of the things we like to do is we like to take the arms and hands and with light grip pressure, allow the body to move the arms, hands, and the club. And Tom Watson talks about the right side of the body, the right knee, the right hip, the right shoulder, coming in and kind of hitting the chip. He learned that from Venturi.
So it's all mainly right side dominated there.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Venturi, and there's so many different ways to chip, but Venturi talked about that right knee being a real factor in the feel of hitting a chip. So we're going to just get set up a little open. We're going to feel more weight on our forward foot. My arms are going to be closer to the body, and then a little bit of hinge in the hands and the right elbow. But this is the motion, and it's a little more circular. So as I go back, I'm going to hinge and turn. And what I like to do with my chipping technique is I like to feel that club going through the shot and finishing just about kneecap high.
Well, you know, I also notice with the club face, you're not releasing that club face. You're holding that angle that.
Yeah. And that's a basic chip where we're holding the face and rotating the body. So as we're going through, we're hitting the chip, rotating the body, and holding this position. Back of the left hand still looking skyward, back of the left arm. If I wanted to hit a chip with a release, I would be in the same setup position, and I'd hit with the body and turn through and just allow the club to rotate over a little bit. That would be a chip and release.
Yeah.
Yeah, and what would happen is the ball would hit the green and roll more than a basic chip.
One problem a lot of people have is tight lies. You know, down there the ball is sitting on a very thin layer of grass. Yeah. Is that a problem too for a lot of really good players?
What's amazing is I think you'll notice a lot of really good players, like tour players, putt. If you really watch the tournaments, they putt a lot off those tight lies. They struggle too. They don't want to hit off of such a tight lie. So, you know, an option there would be to putt with a hybrid. You know, kind of use your putting technique. We call that a chip putt. Use your putter. Then it's a safe play. Now, if you have something in front of the green, like higher grass, and you're in the fairway and you have to go over it, then you have to chip. But otherwise, what I would recommend is if you have to chip off the tighter lie, make sure that you're looking, and here's how we can do this. Make sure you're looking just behind the ball, like there's a quarter right there behind the ball. And all you're trying to do is clip the coin. So keep your eyes on that spot. Make sure that you're clipping the coin. You're actually going to brush the ground right before you would hit the ball.
Okay.
And then the club's just going to slide. Ball's going to go right up in the air. Keep your eyes down until that ball's gone, and you'll be in good shape. But I would definitely opt to putt or use a hybrid if I can.
Did that work for Hank Haney, do you think?
I think it did. Yeah, I think he liked the answer. Yeah, and thanks, Hank Haney, for sending that tweet in. That was a lot of fun.
You know what it shows you? You never know who is watching.
It's great, isn't
Maybe
it?
Tiger himself was getting a tip from Lou Guzzi. I'll tell you, he could do a lot worse. Speaking of tips, we told you earlier, and we saw one inside Lou's hotel room out in California. Here's another view inside, not the laboratory, but Lou's hotel room. Something maybe you'd want to think about doing on your next business trip.
Lou Guzzi here in beautiful Santa Monica, California. It's absolutely gorgeous. Inside the hotel room, though, working on my golf swing. Now, here's the tip. What can you do when you're traveling? Well, if you have your clubs and you're inside the hotel room, there's certainly plenty we can do to work on our golf swing. I want you to think about the opportunity here. We have two beds. I can stand in between them. We have parallel positions between the furniture and the beds. It gives us an awareness, and especially with this carpet, with the stripes, of lining up, of getting ourselves ready to go. So, I'm going to take advantage of the beds here, stand in between them, and I'm going to start working on my golf swing. Good setup, good posture, good grip. Start working back. Shaft, kind of parallel to the bed, going through, parallel to the bed. My kneecaps are right off the edge of the beds. That's where I want to stand. Point A, point B. Body turn back, body turn through, elbows tight to the sides. Now, a little bigger swing. Be careful with the ceilings. I'm going to work with sand wedge, so I can take a half a backswing and not hit the ceiling. Point A. I'm looking for the shaft to be somewhere through the right shoulder. Right elbow tight to the side. Back down parallel with the bed, turning into the ball, transferring the weight, rotating through, shaft parallel with the bed again. Elbows are down and in, right elbow, left elbow. I'm going to feel the rotation. I'm going to feel the rotation of my forearms and hands and the rotation of my body as well, hips and torso. Have my point A, point B. Now I'm working on the golf swing. If there's a mirror right here, and a lot of times there are in hotels, I get a 2-for-1. I can work on the swing and look at the mirror and work on positions. If it's not here, find the mirror, work on your setup. We'll use the camera as the mirror. Look at your posture, watch your grip, check your arms, check your ball position, and work on your setup. You can turn and look at the mirror this way. Check your posture. How much knee flex do you have? There's so much we can do when we're traveling to work on our golf swing. So think about the parallel positions with the bed, especially if you have 2, this is perfect, and work on your golf swing. I hope this tip helps out with your game, and remember, keep them in the fairway.
You know, one of the things I love about coming to Lou's lab here at Talamore, the gadgets. Now, this is more than just a gadget. This is a new massage chair from Infinity. Lou has this for his students, for maybe a friend of one of his students who just needs, oh, that feels great, by the way. You learned how to work all these controls. Let me just settle back here and get ready for our next segment on Inside Golf. Lou, this is wonderful. Who needs a golf course? If you haven't seen it already, I'd like to introduce you to Jersey Man Magazine, published by former Eagle tight end Ken Dunnick. It's the only men's magazine in our area. Enjoy articles on cigars, martinis, the mob, business, politics, and, of course, golf. Written by big-time journalists like George Anastasia, Bill Lyon, Sam Carchidi, and many others. Subscriptions are only $20 a year and are available at jerseymanmagazine.com.
At this moment, across the country, families are packing their bags for a getaway. And no matter where they end up, they'll all be home by dinner. Plan your own at playgolfamerica.com. From finding fun and affordable programs to finding advice from PGA and LPGA professionals, playgolfamerica.com has a way for you to get away. Visit today for details. playgolfamerica.com, your link to the game.
Now for our Fit Tip of the Week, presented by Philadelphia PGA partner Rothman Institute, the region's largest orthopedic provider. The Philadelphia PGA and Rothman Institute want to make sure you are golf ready with these tips and tricks for getting back on the course. Here to help us deliver these tips each week is PGA professional Scott Riley and sports medicine surgeon Dr. Paul Marchetto from Rothman Institute.
Thanks, Leela. We're here with another Fit Tip, and I'm here with Doc Marchetto. We're going to talk a little bit about actually a student that came to me, Doc, and this individual has actually been working really hard on their golf game, really practicing a couple hours a day. And one day, actually, a student came in and says, you know what, I have this pain. It feels like it's in my shoulder a lot, and it kind of goes down my arm a little bit. Could you maybe explain what they're feeling?
Sure, Scott. Very common. Patients will come in to our office describing what they think is shoulder pain, but in fact, it's more than that. And they'll describe pain, Scott will show you, and they have pain more in the upper back area in this region, not specifically shoulder, and that pain then radiates down beyond the shoulder, down beyond the elbow. Many patients will even come with numbness or tingling in the forearm and in the hand. We know that indicates that it's beyond the shoulder, it's up in the neck region where a pinched nerve will occur. And it occurs when an athlete has been working out in one position and they turn their neck, they keep repeatedly twisting their neck to the point where they get an inflammation of one of the cervical discs. Presses a little bit on a nerve root, and there are a bunch of different nerves coming out of the neck. Each one goes a different part of the arm, but in fact it goes through the shoulder and gives you what you would think is shoulder pain, but in fact originates from the neck. They can't turn their neck, they have trouble looking up at the ceiling, rotating one way or the other really exacerbates their pain. So we know it's coming from the neck. So what are we going to do about it? What we recommend, of course, is loading up on anti-inflammatory medication figuring out what activity it was that caused it. It may even be 2 days before the onset when the inflammation finally builds to make itself really difficult for the patient or the athlete to make the active move of turning.
How about a, will that incline them, physical therapy or a chiropractor or something like that as well?
So we would tell the patient first we get x-rays to make sure there's nothing structurally wrong, and then go through an exercise routine. And most of it has to do with loosening up, moist heat in the upper back, a lot of anti-inflammatories to help quiet down that nerve root that's irritated. And if it really persists with this numbness and pain, you really need to see somebody to get an x-ray and an MRI to see if in fact you've pinched a nerve in your neck. And once that's diagnosed, medication takes its effect, pain starts to go down, then aggressive therapy to help those upper back and neck muscles so you prevent it from happening again.
There you go. Great tips, Doc. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks, Scott.
Golf is your passion. Each round is a unique experience with memories that last a lifetime. Make your next round one to remember with PGNplus.com, the Professional Golfers Network. Sign up for free for exclusive access to the best private courses in your area. Already a country club member? Go to PGNplus.com to learn how to take your membership further. Play your golf bucket list only on PGNplus.com. Book your tee time today.
At Valley Forge Casino Resort, we're rolling out the action and bringing it all to the table. So go all in at Philly's premier entertainment destination. Now on sale. Josh Turner, March 28th. Jenny McCarthy, April 10th. Hart, May 22nd. Frank Sinatra Jr., May 23rd. Valley Forge Casino Resort, the only Philly area casino that has it all.
Welcome back. We're ready for Teed Off. We're going to tee off today again from Valley Forge Casino Resort, and we have our panel with us. That includes Jim Smith Jr., Director of Golf at Philadelphia Cricket Club. Leela Mackey is making her debut appearance not on Inside Golf, but on Teed Off, because Leela is Director of Player Development, Philadelphia section of the PGA of America. Welcome to Teed Off, Leela. And Joe Logan, no stranger, from myphillygolf.com. Lydia Ko is 17 years old, and more importantly, Joe, she is the #1 ranked female player in the world. I mean, I don't know about any of you folks. When I was 17, first of all, I was a terrible golfer, and second, I wasn't ranked #1 in anything, let alone in golf,
As opposed
worldwide.
to now.
Even now, that's been there, done that.
She is. You gotta love stories like
How
this.
did that happen, though?
Well, she's good. She plays hard. How did Tiger Woods do it? But she's
And not at 17.
She's a force of nature, and she wants to retire at 30 to become like a psychologist or something.
Well, and there's precedent for that, Leela, in terms of great women golfers whose careers, their choice, don't go as long as men's careers. Annika, Ochoa. It's good for golf to have somebody that young ranked at the top?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's always great to have a female that is as dominant as someone like her. I think she won or played in 16 professional events in 2013 and didn't miss a cut in one of them, which is pretty impressive in and of itself. But yeah, having a female that is that good at that age is really inspiring to not only us as PGA professionals, but to young athletes everywhere.
You had a chance, Jim, you said before we started this segment, to have played in Australia recently at Royal Melbourne, and you said the course conditions were fast, to put it mild, right?
The fact that she shot what she shot on that golf course and hit some of the shots that I witnessed watching that on TV is remarkable. Whether you're a man or a woman, that golf course was rock hard. The greens were like lightning, and it was really hard to get any kind of a really decent lie. The way that their grass grows, it's very hard to put a lot of spin on the ball, which makes hitting shots into the greens that much more difficult. And it's an incredible story, but I'll temper the excitement a little by saying that let's see her do it for a long period of time. It's an awesome achievement.
Right.
It's an awesome achievement that she's made it at 17. And as we all tend to do, we get really, really excited about it. But, you know, let's see her sustain it for a little bit longer. And as she does, I think I'd be a little more prone to anoint her the chosen one, if you will.
Well, okay, I guess I did that in my introduction here. But Leila, you know, let's take it, you know, Annika Sorenstam, when she was ranked #1 and was winning everything out there on the LPGA Tour, eventually played in a men's event. I mean, is this something, is it Lydia Ko's next step to bring her into golf, whatever, to play in a men's event, or does she not have to do that, do you think?
I don't think she necessarily has to do it. I think kind of making it such a big deal that someone gets to play in a men's event kind of, I think, sends the message that the women's events aren't as competitive as the men's events. I definitely don't think it's something at 17 that she should even worry about, but you know, it's always good to have someone that's at the top and have that option. But again, I don't think that playing in a men's event would be her goal. It definitely
Doesn't have to be the
mine.
crowning moment in her career.
Correct.
Now, you were there when
I was.
Annika, where was that, the Colonial?
Colonial, and
You're really dating yourself now, you know.
I don't think she would do it. I don't think they would ask her. I think the PGA Tour, Annika, and the LPGA Tour all learned a very valuable lesson, and I just don't think they would do it. There's no reason to do it. And, I mean, look, you know, Michelle Wee tried to play
Except get some bonkers television ratings.
Yeah, but the downside, I think, outweighs the positive side.
And what was the downside, in your opinion, for Annika?
Annika was at that time the most dominant female player on the scene by a lot. And she played very well. She played very well and barely missed the cut. So you had people looking at her going like, you know, this puts things in perspective that she, because she couldn't hit it as far as these guys. I mean, she'd hit a great tee shot and be 50 yards behind her playing partners, and that's no way to go around a golf course.
So it's like vive la différence, right?
Yes.
So if Lydia Ko is a great women's player, that's where she has to concentrate, not trying to take it in cross-gender.
She does not need this to establish her legitimacy or her dominance in the women's game. She doesn't.
Do you see young women, girls at cricket club who are inspired, say, year after year by what they see on the LPGA Tour and maybe want to come out and try their hand at the game of golf? Forget about competitively.
I mean, you see a little bit of it. I do, you know, echoing what Leila said, I think that Lydia Ko is going to maybe have the biggest impact in that area, more so than some of the other people that have preceded her because of her age. For you know, 13 or 12 or 10 or 11-year-old young lady to see a 17-year-old have that kind of success, I think is more inspirational than, you know, watching somebody who's a great player who's 28 or 30.
As long too as they realize that Lydia is the exception to the rule. There aren't many 17-year-olds who are going to start playing golf when they're, say, 10 or 11, and by the time they're 17, be ranked where she is.
One of the places that I played at in Australia was the home course of a young lady who's, I believe her name was Min Lee, and she's 18 years old, and she's a +6 on a very hard golf course. And she had just won I'm going to say it was the Australian Ladies Masters the week before. We were watching her on TV. And the staff was telling me that it's not uncommon for a lot of the Far Eastern players to find their way to Australia because of the weather. And these kids literally from age 10 or 11 are playing golf 30 hours a week. Right. So they're preparing for this moment, and that's not something that you see very often in the U.S.
Well, we'll see where it takes Lydia Ko. Already, though, she's at the top when it comes to women's golf at #1. Thanks to Jim, thanks to Leila, thanks to Joe, and Inside Golf continues with more in just a moment. The Valley Forge Casino Resort is the region's only full amenity gaming resort, and it's only seconds from the Pennsylvania Turnpike at King of Prussia. It features 600 slots, 50 table games, and there are nearly 500 guest rooms, plus 8 restaurants designed to meet all of your dining needs. So put the beautiful Valley Forge Casino Resort on your destination list. Anthony Spagno is Vice President in charge of gaming operations here at Valley Forge Resort Casino. And Anthony, you have big deals coming up here in mid-March. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we're very excited. We're going to break into the happy hour business. We're going to do a lot of different things for happy hour. We're very excited about it. Food specials, raw bar specials, drink specials, gaming from the gaming side. We're going to do $10 minimum games. We'll have Ultimate Texas Hold'em, 3-card poker. Some of our blackjack tables and crap tables will be $10 minimums. We're very excited about it.
Now, this is happy hour, so that means it's going to be sometime around, 5 to 7, 7:30 or so every, Monday through Friday?
So Monday through Friday from 5 to 7. Happy hours and all those specials I talked about will occur during that time.
Now, Anthony, in addition to what's happening in terms of the happy hour and at the gaming tables, you have some new slot machines coming in.
Very excited. What we try to do here at Valley Forge is we try to stay ahead of the curve, always introducing new games, the latest, the greatest. We're very excited. We're bringing in the new Wizard of Oz game, David Copperfield, and Titanic, so we're very excited about that.
Should be an interesting time, as it always is here, springtime at the Valley Forge Casino Resort.
Interesting and fun. We want to be fun. We want to have a great time. We want to offer as many things as we can to our customers. We want to be everything to everybody.
Valley Forge Casino Resort, we're rolling out the action. So take us for a spin. For the win. Valley Forge Casino Resort. It's safe, it's chic, and only a shuffle away from the main line.
Golf is your passion. Each round is a unique experience with memories that last a lifetime. Make your next round one to remember with PGNplus.com, the Professional Golfers Network. Sign up for free for exclusive access to the best private courses in your area. Already a country club member? Go to PGNplus.com to learn how to take your membership further. Play your golf bucket list only on PGNplus.com. Book your tee time today.
At this moment, across the country, families are packing their bags for a getaway. And no matter where they end up, they'll all be home by dinner. Plan your own at playgolfamerica.com. From finding fun and affordable programs to finding advice from PGA and LPGA professionals, playgolfamerica.com has a way for you to get away. Visit today for details. playgolfamerica.com, your link to the game.
Well, that is going to do it for this week's edition of Inside Golf. Lou Guzzi is stoking the fire here at the laboratory. You know, pretty soon, Lou, you'll have that thing turned off for the season,
Yeah,
right?
but boy, I love it though.
You know, today,
Who
think
needs a
about what
golf
we did
course?
today. In addition to getting warm, and I got a little massage,
So if I go
we've
back
taken
and
care of the
finish?
yips. Pretty soon, this is going to be a boring game.
Then I'll be out of a job.
Well, it won't be that soon. Lou Guzzi, former Teacher of the Year with the PGA of America. I'm Harry Donahue, and remember, no matter how bad it's going for you out there, all that snow and ice and everything else, don't pick up. And we'll see you next time right here on Inside Golf. Inside Golf, presented by PGN Plus. Play your golf bucket list. By Jersey Man Magazine, it's a Jersey way of life, and Philly Man Magazine, bringing it to Broad Street. And by the Philadelphia Section PGA, experts in the game and business of golf.